Hey everyone, this is Bobo from the Mark server, and I'm here to do a 101 new player guide video to Mabinogi. This video is for all those interested in creating a new account with Mabinogi and want to start the game. You definitely want to watch this video before you do anything else, so let's get started guys, there's lots to cover. Alright, so the first thing you guys are going to notice is that you have to create your new character with a unique name, and that's going to be a little bit difficult because a lot of people have taken most of the popular names already. After that, you're going to have to choose your race and your gender for your character as well as your age. Now, the one thing a lot of people have been kind of commenting on with Mabinogi is the fact that the customization is really not free. And to an extent, that is true because these icons right here that have a P on it requires pawns. What are pawns? Pawns is basically a currency that you have to spend real money on, meaning that you have to spend real money to change your look. However, what people don't know or they forgot is that once you create a new account, a very brand new account, and you create your first character, your character can be customized any way you want. You can use the premium features, the ones that actually cost you pawns, and it will be free. So I suggest everyone to take advantage of this and not choose the free stuff. Choose the one that actually costs you pawns because this is the only time you'll be able to get that free option. Now, if you try to rebirth your character and you choose a non-premium look, you will lose your premium look from before that you can't revert back to. So it's suggested that once you choose your premium look and you want to keep that look, just rebirth with no changes to your character other than the age differences. I know in some MMOs there's this option where you can delete your character and remake it. However, in Mabinogi they don't have that option. Once you delete your character, it is completely gone and you do not get your character card back, which means you lose a character slot. So it is highly suggested that you guys take your time and create your character the way you want it to be, and make sure the name is also correct because I've seen people like misspell their name and they're like, ah dang it. There is no way you can change your name in Mabinogi. There's no name change thing yet. So make sure you take your time, get everything right before you finalize your character. Alright, now the next thing you guys are going to see is the tutorial in the game. I highly suggest that you guys do the tutorial, but if you guys are really good in gaming and you can figure things out without all that, basic stuff like open your inventory by pressing I, then go ahead and skip it, but I suggest you guys don't. The tutorial is actually more than just showing you guys the basic keys in Mabinogi. It will also show you how to combat in the game. So if you stick around for the tutorial, you guys will be able to meet Tin, who's going to teach you some close combat techniques in comboing. Now, Mabinogi is one of those games where it's you don't really mesh buttons and press the same skill over and over and over. It is ideal to try to combo and use different skills in different timings of your attack, so you can actually delay your attack and do more attacks in if you properly do so. So this part right here is an example of like the training where he'll show you what skills to use so you can do more damage with your combinations of skills or even do more hits in your combos. Once you're done with that tutorial, you're going to eventually meet with Duncan, who's going to have you do some quests, and then after that he's going to have you rebirth and choose a talent. Now, rebirthing at this very low level is kind of a waste, so I suggest you guys level up a little bit before you finish this quest. Now, here, when you go see Tin, he's going to give you that option to experience different talents in the game. So that way you get to get a general idea of how each talent is, and it'll help you decide on which one you want to play as. When you talk to one of the NPCs, they'll let you train with some training practices or just kind of free mode, so you can just do whatever you want. So it's really up to you if you guys want to test these things out, these other talents. But once you're done, you just have to talk to Tin, and he's going to send you back to the Rebirth world where you'll meet Now and Rebirth. Alright, so here is the soul stream, guys, and this is Now. You'll be seeing her every time you rebirth. Basically, you can rebirth every 6 days, once a week, and it's free, so be sure to use that free Rebirth. Now, remember what I said, guys, when it comes to rebirthing, do not change your look at all if you want to keep it. If you change your look to another premium look, you will have to pay pawns. It's not going to be free. If you change it to a non-premium look, you will lose your previous premium look that you cannot change back to. So just keep it the way it is if you like it. If you absolutely hate it and you want to change it, then you will have to pay pawns, guys. The next thing you guys are going to do is choose your talent. It's basically the kind of class that you want to play, but remember, you are not confined to that specific class because you can change it to whatever you want on your next rebirth. However, there are some classes that require real pawns, like the hero talents, and that is a little bit more complex because it has several different talents within a talent. Now, for the free ones though, and for the starter ones, I know a lot of people are gonna say that the easy ones to start off with is close combat and martial arts. That is true, close combat is easy, but however, I have to argue with the fact that martial arts is not really a super easy class to start off with. It does, have people only pressing a few buttons to combo with several different skills. However, the comboing is the difficult part in martial arts. If you can't combo properly and in time, you will lose that chain effect and you won't do as much damage. So close combat though is definitely the easiest talent to start off with, in my opinion, of course. You'll definitely see a lot of people start off with melee. When Mabi first got released, the only skills we had to fight with was close combat, magic, and archery, and melee was pretty much the most common skill that a lot of people use, and it still is. Now, the second easiest class, I have to say, would be Ninja. Ninja is one of the newer classes added to Mabinogi, and it's easy because you're really fast in the attacks. I mean, you're like super fast, almost instantaneously casting your damage. So you're not dealing with casting time like magic, you're not dealing with ammo like arrows and bullets for guns, so ninja stars literally cost you nothing. Now the last one on the list is kind of contradictory to what I said earlier, and it is martial arts. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, whoa, what about magic? Well, magic is actually a hard class to do because you need a lot of MP and AP to rank it. As for the other talents, you need to have certain stats that require you to rank many other skills. So like alchemy is heavily focused on HP, MP, and stam for damage, but martial arts here has a pretty easy stat to rank up. It's just strength and will, which is not too bad, very side by side with melee right here. It also only requires you to mesh a few buttons to do your combo effect. So unless you're really bad at understanding how fighter skills work, it's actually a decent skill to start off with. Another thing you guys will need to know is that you can actually get AP from exploration levels. Now a lot of people just level up and get AP from that, but there is another bar underneath it for exploration levels. This is where you can go to area, do some exploration quests, or you can turn in artifacts to get some exploration levels. It basically resets to 0 when you rebirth like your levels, so be sure not to waste it. Now another neat addition that they added not too long ago was a special newbie wear that has been implemented for all new characters in Mabinogi. Now keep in mind that I said new characters and not new accounts. So if you already have an account, you can literally make a new character and you will still be able to get this special newbie wear. Now to get the newbie wear, you have to finish the following quests and you also have to reach a certain level. So for type A, you have to finish a stronger form quest where you have to speak with Malcolm, and for type B, you have to reach a total level of 100. Now you will get the actual box at level 50, but you won't be able to open it until level 100. And then type C is to reach level 200 and you'll get the box at 150. If you continue to keep doing these tutorial quests, you will eventually receive a free floofy broom pet from Pan. This is basically where he put all his sweat and tears in. So yeah, that's a nice little free pet for you guys. It also does have inventory, not too much, but hey, it's a free pet. Now speaking of free pets, I'm sure you guys want to know what other free pets you guys can get. Unfortunately, there aren't too many. The most common one that you guys will see is the Thoroughbred. It's a one-seater mount and unfortunately it does not have inventory. Another one that you guys can get is the eagle, the bald eagle. And again, this one does not have inventory, but you can fly with it, and it's also a one-seater. All these pets can only be obtained once per account if you continue to keep doing the beginner quests in your quest list. The last free pet that you can obtain, and it's probably one of the best ones, is the Pegasus. Now the Pegasus can be obtained if you complete all of the sagas, Area 1 saga quests. Now if you guys look at the very bottom, you'll see that there is a saga button, and that is basically where you start all the saga quests. It has to be Area 1, not the second one, where you can get a free Pegasus. The neat thing about this is that if you do this on your alts in your same account, you can get another Pegasus per character. So you can actually get more than one Pegasus in your account. It just takes some time because you have to complete all 10 sagas. Otherwise, to get other free pets like a flame horse, a penguin, a seal, all of those will come on random events. Now the next thing I'm going to show you guys is some random Mabinogi slang and acronyms that you will see thrown around in the game. So one of the most common ones here is Fashion-nogi. Fashion in Mabinogi. That's basically all it's about, is just the fact that a lot of people seem to say that Mabinogi is filled with lots of customized outfits and stuff like that. So it's very known for its fashion. The next thing is pretty obvious. It is flashies, and basically what they are flashing dyes. A lot of people just pretty much call them flashies, at least from what I hear. Nobody really seems to like flashy dyes. For some reason it seems to be really obnoxious. Some people like to rock it, but honestly, like, a lot of people tend to synthesize the flashy dyes that come from the well dyes. So that is basically what flashies are. Alright, so we're about to see a lot of acronyms, guys. So the first one is rugs and bugs. These basically stand for red upgrade stones and blue upgrade stones. So if you see someone trying to buy some rugs and or some bugs, this is probably what they mean. Another thing that you'll notice is that a lot of people will shorten the town names just because it's, I don't know, I guess it's either too complicated to read or it's too big. So Dunby will be Dunbarton, Tal will be Taltine, Tyr will be Tirachana. You'll see a lot of people just kind of shortening the words just to make it easier. The next things you're probably going to see on the market channel, and it's pretty obvious. I mean, you'll see them in many other games, but the advertisement for B and then the greater than is just buying. That's what it means. S for selling, T is for trading, WTB is for want to buy, LF for looking for, which is not really used too much. R is for recruiting, PC is for price check, again, which is not used too much. But the most common ones, of course, would be NMO for note me offer, CO for current offer, and AW for auto win, because people need to know what's the final price for that one item they've been wanting. Last but not least, you'll see advertisements of shortened acronyms of shadow missions. So very common sense here, guys. BFT1, Battle for Taltine 1, BFT2, Battle for Taltine 2, SS, Sulfur Spider, SCC, Shadowcast City, OA, Other Alchemist, SW, Shadow Wizard, Lord / Caverns, Secret of Skatach Caverns, and any Lord mission. So that's basically for you guys to keep in mind. Alright, with what you guys learned, let's take a look at this little pop quiz here, and let's see if you guys can figure out what it says. Shouldn't be too hard, guys. Very simple. Of course, you won't see messages like this long in Mabinogi, so I just doing this for fun, guys. So enjoy your little pop quiz. And that's basically my video, guys. I know it's not a huge, deep, dark secret of tips and tricks and whatnot, but I hope it was helpful for those who just started out. Thanks you guys for watching my video. Feel free to leave some comments below, and like always, guys, stay awesome.